lights are off on the pace truck. We are green flag racing once again here in your feature race again.
You guys, I got MaxSpeedTV on the car as well. You guys do a great job broadcasting. I always enjoy going back and watching them. And hi, Mom. I know she's watching right now as well.
Checker flag.
Welcome, race fans, to MaxSpeedTV as we get ready to bring you flag-to-flag coverage of tonight's SSCA preseason Thunder, round number 4 here at Pocono Raceway in the Xfinity cars. Welcome into the booth with me. I got my good friend here, Charles Smith. Welcome, Charles.
Yeah, glad to be here. I'm excited to see what these SSCA Dirty Air Studios boys can do here at Tricky Triangle.
Yeah, Tricky Triangle is that. This is the trickiest track in all of stock car racing, IndyCar, as each turn itself, only 3 turns here, they're all different. Turn 1 has more banking than any other turn. Turn 2 is modeled after a turn in Indianapolis. And then turn 3 is modeled after a turn at Milwaukee Mile. So we have all 3 different distinct corners here and have all different banking as well. Turn 3 is a flat corner. Turn 2 is a little bit of a banked corner. And then turn 1 is a totally banked corner that just gives a lot of great racing action. So also just want to thank Michael D'Amico for working the cameras tonight here for us. And this should be a fun one. We're getting ready to watch qualifying here, so we'll see who your pole sitter is here tonight for the Dirty Air Studios preseason Thunder here at SSCA.
Yeah, and back to your track. You know, you said turn 2 was modeled after Indy, turn 3 was modeled after Milwaukee. Turn 1's actually modeled after an old track that doesn't exist anymore called Trenton Speedway.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, that track doesn't exist any longer, and that's what that turn's modeled after. That was a track, if I do believe I'm right, it did have a kink in the backstretch.
Yeah, yes, it did.
Yeah, so technically you could consider that a roval if you wanted to, because it had left and right turns.
Yeah, but it was a kink, so I wouldn't count it.
Yeah. Hey, if they had to turn the steering wheel, I'd count it as a turn.
Yeah, that's debatable. I think they would have to count it as a turn. They'd have to let off a little bit for it to be a road course turn anyways.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, folks, we're going to wait here to see who goes out on track first. I have been told that there will be possibly around 4 cars on track at once here tonight for qualifying. They will get 2 laps and try to put in their best qualifying time, and we'll see who will be able to grab the pole here. All right, I hope I'm saying his name right. Right now it looks like we got David Jervis coming out on the racetrack. I hope I'm saying that correctly. It looks like David will be our first taker here in the 37 car. Alright, so far it looks like David Gervais, hopefully I'm saying his name correctly, will come around with a 56.193, so he is your current pole sitter.
Mark McFadden comes across the line with the 56.149 to take the provisional pole.
Yes, a little bit faster than David there. And now Colton Salick, hope I'm saying that name right too, comes across with a 55.303, so almost a whole second faster than Mark and David. So right now Colton is your pole sitter. And it looks like Joe Johnson was the next one to put a lap time in, but he'll be fourth quickest. Ray Richer comes on the board now with the second quickest qualified time here, the 55.875. For the second driver to get into the 55 lap times. Right now we're on board with Trey Shuttlesworth. Like he's the next one to put a qualifying time in as he comes off turn 2. I'll take that back. Nope, somebody else coming on board now. Mike Donahue on the second spot here. So Mike Donahue will knock Ray Richard down to third. Mike Donahue second quickest so far. Still nobody's got Colton yet with the fastest lap time. We'll see what Trey Shuttlesworth can do here. And Trey Shuttlesworth will get second quickest. So it looks like we've got a lot of drivers getting that second lap time, but nobody's beat Colton Salick's time so far. Vernon Markheim will come in 8th quickest. And Steve Durham will in 6th quickest. And Hillary Queen will come across the board here, and Hillary will have a 4th position lap time here, so Hillary 4th quickest, 55.810. And Sean Kalist will come across 3rd quickest here at the line. So Sean moves into 3rd. So far, Colton Salick still the pole sitter here. And there's been 11 drivers to post a qualifying time so far. Steve Seagars comes across the line. Wait, nope, that is not a qualifying time. That's his out lap. Gary Weston, though, however, comes across the line 11th quickest. Right now we're on board with Steve Seagars. We'll see what he can do here in the 36 Chevrolet. He's getting ready to enter turn 3 here. He will get his qualifying time to come across the board here momentarily. And Steve Seagars will come across 8th quickest. Now we take a look at Judd Danielson. Judd Danielson will come across the board 7th quickest. Ross Cato will come across the board 3rd quickest. And Trey Galgon will move into 2nd quickest. So far, Colton Salick still your pole sitter. Jared Campbell will come across the board 10th quickest. Kevin Fetty comes in 2nd, knocking Trey down to 3rd. Mark Jackson will come across the board 13th quickest. William Locklear comes in 12th quickest. Ryan Hill comes in 2nd quickest here, so he'll knock Kevin Fetty down to 3rd. Still, Colton Salick is your pole sitter. Nobody has, well, Ryan Hill's the closest one so far to come close to Colton's time with a 55.335. Colton has a 55.303, so he's the closest so far. There's still a lot more guys to come out and qualify here, though, so we'll see if any of them can beat Colton Salick here and get the pole position. Mark Clewell comes in 22nd so far. He's got another lap to do, though. Rob Haynes comes across quickest. And Josh Bonwell will come in second quickest. So Josh bumps Ryan Hill down to third quickest here. Josh Bonwell is your overall winner from Atlanta in the Xfinity cars a couple weeks ago, so we'll most definitely keep an eye out on Josh tonight as the Xfinity cars again and see what he can do here tonight. Still yet Colton Salick on the pole position here. Mark Clewell comes in fifth quickest. Blake Griffith will come in fifth quickest. All right, folks, let's go right on board David Washington for his qualifying run here. Let's go to the gyro cam. You can just kind of see and what these guys are experiencing going through these corners. Oh, I think he hit the wall there, and I think he's going to pull off the track here.
Yeah, looks that way.
Yeah. We'll go to another driver on the track and take a look at them. It'll ride along on the gyro cam here with Dylan Jones.
He's my pick for pole.
But we'll ride along with his whole entire run here and see what he can do. And you're right. He's got the pole position. So Dylan Jones, your new pole sitter here at Pocono here in qualifying for the SSCA Dirty Air Studios Preseason Thunder, round number 5.
Gary Sexton came in 6th.
Yes, he did. Tim Cox in the 19 car will come across 7th quickest. It does look like the end of qualifying, folks. I'm not seeing any other drivers here staging at the end of pit road right now to go out on track, so looks like 7 drivers are opting to not take a qualifying time here, as 30 drivers have. But we still have a few minutes left here. We'll wait and see what happens. All right, folks. Well, if it looks like qualifying has ended here, we're going to go ahead and say Dylan C. Jones is your pole sitter. Doesn't seem like no one else is coming out here, but we're going to go ahead and take a quick break while we wait and see what happens here. So we'll be right back. Welcome back, folks, here to MaxSpeedTV as we're still waiting for this race to get underway here. Looks like qualifying has ended, but we're not really sure if they're having the drivers meeting right now or really what's going on, but no one else has taken to the racetrack. So bear with us here, folks, momentarily, and we'll get you set up for the grid. Well, Charles, I think that looking at this, qualifying order that we have right now, I say the ones that we're going to be watching out for tonight will be the 55 car of Ryan Hill, the 16 of Dylan Jones, the 91 of Colton Salick, and the 56 of Josh Bombwell. These guys have very fast machines out here tonight, and we know from the first race of the season back at Daytona, Ryan Hill won every single stage and got the whole race, and then Josh Bombwell won the race at Atlanta a few weeks ago, and we also had Dylan Jones and Ryan Hill win stages in the trucks at Mossport last week, with Gabriel Wood winning that race. I don't see Gabriel here today, but with that being said, I think we're in for a great show here today with these guys. I mean, because all these guys that we talked about, they're up here in the top 5, top 10.
Oh yeah, and you got to throw in David Washington. He's fast. He's going to be coming from the back.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, we was going right along with David there and kind of watch his lap, but I think he must have hit the wall there coming off turn 2, and he decided just to park it. So definitely be watching him coming up from the back of the field. We did have one driver come out onto the racetrack here, Rick Stanford, but looks like something went amiss with his ride out on the racetrack here, and I don't know if he was going to attempt a qualifying run or what really happened, but he pulled it back into the pits.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened there. I also want to point out the weather. The last 2 races were hot and slick. This one's overcast, and it's only 73 degrees, so it'll be interesting how that affects the cars.
Yeah, and the track temperature is only a degree higher than the air temperature at 74, so I think we might actually kind of see a little bit of a grippy race here this afternoon. Or tonight, I should say.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It's afternoon in the sim, but night for us. But could be afternoon with somebody watching out there. So good evening and good afternoon to all of you. And good morning, if it's morning for someone else watching. So, yep, we got 60 laps here tonight for this race. And your stages will be the first stage, 10 laps. The second stage, 15, and to the checkered flag after the second stage will be 35 laps. So they get one quick fix tonight as well. I see they do have one fast repair in there, but there is no incident limit. There also is an 80% fuel limit, so I'm pretty sure we might see some pit stop strategies trying to go into effect. And we'll see how those as well. Well, there we get the checkered flag for qualifying, folks. So thank you for joining us tonight. If it's your first time here to MaxSpeedTV, please do hit that like and subscribe button. And we hope you enjoy tonight's race here coming from Pocono. We'll get you down here on the grid momentarily as we await these guys to start gridding.
Checker flag. Caution somewhere, caution.
All right, folks, the gridding process is starting now, so here comes your SSCA Dirty Air Studios Preseason Thunder, round number 4, starting lineup for tonight's race here at Pocono Raceway. Starting on the pole position with a qualifying time of 55.113. Congratulations to Dylan C. Jones. Colton Salick will start in second place. Josh Baumwell will start in third. Ken Richardson will start fourth. Ryan Hill will start in 5th. Gary Sexton will roll off 6th. Tim Cox will start in 7th. Kevin Fetty will start in 8th. Blake Griffith will start 9th. Mark Clewell will start in 10th. Rob Haynes will start in 11th place tonight. Trey Galgon will start in 12th. Jeff Martin will start in 13th. Trey Shuttlesworth in 14th. Ross Cato will start 15th. Ellery Queen in 16th. Sean K-List will start 17th. And Steve Seagars will start in 18th. Gary Weston in 19th. And Mike Donahue will start in 20th. Starting in 21st tonight will be Jared Campbell. William Locklear will start in 22nd. Judd Danielson will start 23rd. Mark Jackson will start 24th. Ray Richer will start in 25th. Joe Johnson will start 26th. Steve Durham will start in 27th. Mark McFadden will start in 28th. David Gervais, I hope I'm saying that right, will start 29th. Vernon Markheim will start in 30th. David Washington will start 31st. Eric Stanford will start in 32nd. Donald Stewart will start 33rd. Danny Rogers in 34th. Starting 35th tonight will be Robert McFarland. And in 36th will be Stephen Llewellyn. Starting in 37th will be Devin Armstrong. And rounding out the field in the final starting position, 38th, will be Josh Tanner. I believe, though, he is not in the field, so it looks like we may only have 37 drivers to start this race.
Caution.
And now the drivers are rolling off behind the pace car for their one and only pace lap here. When they come back around this 2.5 mile raceway, the pace car will dive into pit road, and this race will be under green flag racing conditions. This is the SSCA's Preseason Thunder, sponsored by Dirty Air Studios. Thank you for joining us tonight, folks. If you've watched the previous races, they were a blast. We've only got one race left after tonight. That'll be Bristol with the trucks. And the winner of that will get free entry over this whole preseason into the regular season. Pace car heads into pit road. There is a green flag. We're underway here at Pocono for the SSCA Dirty Air Studios Preseason Thunder, round number 4 here in the Xfinity cars. And we will tell you right now, folks, on these starts and restarts, you'll see these guys possibly going 5 wide on this very wide front straightaway here at Pocono, diving into turn 1. And they were going 3 wide on this initial start. We got the 91 car there of Colton Salick moving into the lead here, taking it over from Dylan Jones.
Yeah, we've already got a car with damage into the front end. It's Ross Cato in the 76 car.
Yes, I see that. Yep, Ross got some damage there. Don't really know what happened. I didn't catch it. And I'm also seeing we've already got 2 guys who have received throughput and have fell out of this race. Trey Shuttlesworth, who started 14th, and Devin Armstrong. These guys, looks like they tried to start the race, but they weren't able to stay connected to the room, but hopefully they can get back in and maybe get some laps going here. And yes, Josh Tanner also did start this race. So right now we got 35 starters in this race. And Gary Sexton, who started in 6th, is already all the way back to last position.
Yeah, I do believe he started from pit road.
It looks that way, but that might not have been a bad call here. All right, back up front, leader Colton Salick, and he's got Ken Richardson in the 10 car in second place behind him by half a second. Dylan Steve Jones started this race on the pole position, but he's back in 3rd now. Josh Bobwell's gotten around him, so he's back to 4th, and he's also now racing with the 55 car of Ryan Hill. And the 19 car of Cox is here too. He's starting to pass Dylan Jones now, and he'll move into position here. So Dylan C. Jones started on the pole position, Charles, but he's already starting to fall back.
Yeah, I see that. I don't know what could be wrong. I mean, maybe he's just, settling in and going to run his pace.
Could be. We did see Trey Shuttlesworth did get back into the room here. He is now pulling on to the racetrack. It looks like he will be 1 to 2 laps down.
We got another car with a little bit of damage. It's not much, but David Gervais in the 37 got a little bit of damage.
Let's take a look at David's car here. I can find him on my thing. Yeah, right front of that number 37 car does have a tick of damage on it there, I can see. But I'm taking a look at the back here as well. Yeah, I think it might have a tad bit on that right rear too. Not a lot, but it really shouldn't be much to slow him down here. He should be able to continue on with no problems, but I think he might have touched the wall somewhere from what it looks like.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like.
Got the 00 car of Robert McFarland following in behind him now. And in front of him is Stephen Lou Allen in the 9 car. I'm also seeing it looks like David Washington here. Heavy damage on the front of that 98 Ford Mustang and heavy damage in the rear end. It looks like he's kind of been in one of those accordion effects there, Charles. Looks like he's hit somebody in the rear end and somebody's hit him in the rear end as well.
Yeah, it looks like he was odd man in the middle of that one.
Yeah, and I'm thinking maybe the 33 car of Vernon Markheim might have been involved in that because he has some rear end damage as well. I'm not seeing the 3rd member to the damage party. Ooh, somebody just hit the wall there going into turn 1. I believe it was the 18 of Joe Johnson. All right, back up front. Colton Salick has a half a second lead over Josh Bonwell here in 2nd place. We'll see Colton Salick running up that 3rd to top lane there. And it looks like Josh Bonwell's running down near the apron almost. But you'll see that from time to time here tonight, folks. Lots of drivers trying different grooves and lanes around this racetrack, just seeing what works best for them. Take a look at our pole sitter once more here, Dylan C. Jones. He did start on the pole position tonight, but it looks like he will find himself mired back in 5th position right now. And he's keeping up with these guys right now and keeping the drivers behind him at bay for now, as we got Ryan Hill starting to approach him.
Number 32 of Ellery Queen just got in the wall a little bit.
Yeah, taking a look at that right there. Yeah, coming off turn 2, it looks like Ellery did get into the wall. And there is a scrape on the right side of that 32 machine. Take a look back here behind Ellery, the number 70 Chevrolet of Mike Donahue. Mike started in the 20th edition today, and right now he's currently running in 19th, so he has moved up one position from the start of the race. So far, it looks like your biggest mover of the race with 7 laps complete is William Locklear. He started in 22nd position, and he's up to 12th. So out of those 2 guys that sadly received throughput and were knocked out of the room at the start of the race, it was Trey Shuttlesworth and Devin Armstrong. Trey was able to get back in, but we still haven't seen sight of Devin Armstrong. So right now, he would be 8 laps down. Trey Shuttlesworth got back on track, and I believe he was only 2 laps down. But something else must have happened, and the leaders must have got back around. He was now seeing 3 laps down.
Our leader just got in the wall.
Uh-oh.
On the right side.
Let's go back up here to Colton Saley. He got in the wall. That allowed the 10 car of Ken Richardson, the 56 of Josh Bonwell, to catch him. Josh Bonwell will now go around him and take the lead here. And it looks like Ken Richardson will also try to go around and take second place. Also, here comes the 19 of Tim Cox. I about said the 19.
So we see that.
Caution somewhere.
Oh, we got a
Caution.
caution. And it's just 2 laps from our stage end here, so I think
Mark Jackson in the 3.
Yes, it is Mark Jackson. Oh, he got loose coming off of turn 2. Ooh, but he will do a good job of keeping that car out of trouble, not hitting anything, and it looks like no one hit him. So good job from Mark Jackson.
And all the other guys that missed him.
Yeah, exactly. That was some great driving by everyone on their parts to keep that from not getting any worse than what it was. So we get this caution with only 2 laps remaining before it was going to be time for the stage break. So I think they probably might use this as the stage end.
I'd say they probably will. Also, it's going to be interesting. I mean, I don't know how many, but they're limited on tires, so do you pit now or do you not? It's tough to say.
Well, it depends on how many tires each team has here, and you know, that could be costly if they use up their tires on every caution that we get here tonight. Because if we get, say they only have 3 sets of tires for the 60-lap race, we get 3 cautions. You use those sets of tires, well, if another caution comes out, you ain't got no more left. So they'll have to use them sparingly here to see. But it'd be interesting to see what kind of pit stop strategies we saw these guys tonight, knowing they have a tire limit and knowing they're running 80% fuel loads here, not a full tank.
This is also one of those tracks where you can pit under green and not go a lap down. So
Yes, sir.
You know, there's a lot of strategies at this track.
Yeah, well, as of right now, it looks like everyone's going to come down pit road except Josh Bobwell and Tim Cox.
And Dylan C. Jones.
Yeah, it does.
Some of the guys too. Yeah, there's quite a few actually.
Yeah, there was quite a few. It looked like they come down pit road. Maybe they faked it a little bit here. But yeah, Dylan C. Jones will stay out here. Ryan Hill, Rob Haynes.
That's quite a bit.
Yeah,
driving, I do believe.
Jeff Martin stayed out. Jared Campbell. Steve Seagars. I believe Gary Sexton stayed out too. Unless he was the first one off pit road.
I think he stayed out.
Yeah, he did.
Also, I do believe Trey Shuttlesworth got the lucky dog on that one.
Yes, he did. So 9 drivers stay out on this caution, so almost the whole top 10. We'll see how that works out. We've been in this race for 8 laps before that caution come out, and we'll see what that means for these guys that pitted, who are now on fresher tires than these 9 cars up front.
Also, you got to remember, the stage hadn't ended yet, so they're getting some valuable points.
Yes, they are.
And see, we're going to see if anybody pitted there, but no, looks like they're going to stay out. Keep the track position.
Alrighty, folks. So, Josh Bonwell will be your Stage 1 winner as we have passed the end of lap number 10. That would be the end of Stage 1. And those drivers that did pit and gave up position, they lost their valuable stage points. So the drivers that stayed out, I think that was a good strategy call there, Charles.
Definitely at this track, because like I said, you can pit under green and not, if they have to pit under green, you're not going to go a lap down. So when that next stage caution comes out, you've pitted, you're on the lead, you're still on the lead lap. But I think they were going for those points, most definitely.
Yep. All right. Well, let's get Josh Bonwell up here in the booth and talk with him here real quick before we go back green and congratulate him on his Stage 1 win. Josh Bonwell, you got a copy?
10-4.
Well, Josh, you got the first stage win here. The caution kind of come out at a weird time, and the stage, right before the stage was supposed to end, the caution come out. So these drivers that did go down pit road gave up that, and you stayed out and took the win. So tell us about it.
Yeah, the caution messed everything up there. We had to, anybody who wanted stage points had to stay out to lead on lap 10 there, but I was kind of surprised with the win, really.
Well, you got Stage 1 win, and with the bizarre caution coming out here. But with that being said, what's your strategy and game plan going into the second stage and trying to get the win there?
Well, I think enough guys here stayed out that I'm just going to try to roll with the lead here and try to hang out till the next stage and pit then.
All right, Josh. Well, once again, congratulations on your Stage 1 win, and good luck on the restart here.
Thank you.
All right, folks, there you heard from your Stage 1 winner, Josh Bonwell, the 56 Ford Mustang here. We'll have Tim Cox starting on his outside here as when we get the green flag. Dylan C. Jones got back up into third for this restart here, and Ryan Hill's in fourth, and Rob Haynes will start in fifth on this restart. That's your top 5 starters here for this restart. All right, folks, the next stage will end up after lap 25 is complete. Once lap 25 is complete, they will throw that caution flag, and that will end Stage 2. And we'll crown a Stage 2 winner at that point. We're getting ready for the green flag here after this caution come out. It will be as the end of Stage 1, since it did come out around that point in time. And those top 10 drivers are the ones who received stage points. So your stage point receivers are Josh Bonwell, Tim Cox, Dylan C. Jones, Ryan Hill, Rob Haynes, Jeff Martin, Jared Campbell, Steve Seagars, Gary Sexton, and Ken Richardson.
Ready, green, green, green.
Alrighty, there's the green flag. Pace car wasn't even off the racetrack yet. We're back underway here at Pocono for the SSCA Dirty Air Studios Preseason Thunder round number 4. A good restart there for Josh Bonwell in the 56 car, but he has a lot of hungry drivers behind him here looking to get into the lead, especially one Dylan C. Jones, who would like to get that lead back from where he started this race. And I tell you, Charles, every time the initial start of this race happens and every restart, These guys go nuts here at Pocono on those restarts. On that front straightaway, we can see 5 to 6 wide sometimes.
Oh yeah, especially if somebody's missed a gear, they can back them up. Everybody's got to go wild, and they got to go around.
Yeah, exactly. That's why the restarts and the initial race start here at Pocono are always exciting to watch, just due to that very wide front straightaway that gives them all of that room. All right, the first lap is complete after the stage 1 end here, and we're 14 laps into this race now, out of a 60-lap race, and we'll see we got a few drivers back here kind of side by side, but they are starting to get kind of spread out here. And we've got Tim Cox here. He started 7th place tonight, and he's right now currently running in 2nd position. Right now, the biggest mover in the race is Jared Campbell. He started in 21st position, and he's up to 8th here inside the top 10. Ooh, we got the 36 car right there in front of Steve Seagars. I think he got a little tight and started moving up the racetrack. About took the nose off the 49 car. And that'll allow the 6 car of Jared Campbell to get around him. Wow, great little group of action back here. Let's take a look at the 4 car here. William Locklear, he's come up the field little ways too here. He started 22nd tonight, and he's up in the 12th position right now, running behind Blake Griffith in the 7 car.
Yeah, he made a good move back there when they all bottled up there behind the slow car, and he made a good move to pass a lot of cars.
Yeah. Let's take a look back here at the number 13 car of Gary Sexton. Gary opted to stay out and get some valuable stage points there when that bizarre caution come out with 2 laps to go before the stage ends. And he restarted the race 9th. Now he finds himself mired back in 14th position after losing a few positions. Let's take a look here and see who the farthest back driver is who started up front. That is Colton Salick. Colton Salick right now is running in 24th position after starting 2nd here tonight. And we got Kevin Fetty. He also started inside the top 10. He started 8th, and he's currently running in 19th. Take a look back here at Mark McFadden. Mark McFadden just got around the 35 car of Steve Durham there coming off of turn 3. And David Washington, I believe, will get around him as well. Yes, he does.
Ooh, and Dylan C. Jones is making a move for the lead.
Yes, he is. Back up front, folks. Dylan C. Jones is looking to pass here on Josh Bobwell. Remember, folks, Dylan was your pole sitter. He had a little bit of a trouble there at the start of the race and went back as far as 5th position. And now he's back up front battling for the race lead, and he will take it away coming off turn 2 from Josh Bobwell. Ryan Hill also got around Tim Cox. And Ryan Hill's now looking to go around Josh Bobwell as well. Oh, Josh got a little loose right there. Tim Cox was right underneath him there, giving a little bit of help. That's going to put Tim back a little bit now. And the 10 car of Ken Richardson is going to get around him. Also, the 68 of Rob Haynes will get around Tim Cox. Tim Cox will go back to 6th. Ryan Hill did move into 2nd position. Josh Bobwell will go back to 3rd. Now Ken Richardson comes to the outside here, looking to pass Josh Bobwell on the high side. And he will complete that pass. But I think Josh Bobwell is not going to give up yet, and yep, there he will. So Ken Richardson will move into 3rd position. Wow, we've seen it right now. Dylan Jones at the beginning of the race fell back 5 positions. Now Josh Bobwell's going backwards. Tim Cox in the 19 car is trying to get back in the groove here and get back up here and start racing with these guys and maybe try to re-improve his position. The biggest mover now of the race becomes Danny Rogers. He started 34th position. He's now in 12th.
Oh, we have wreck in the back of 98 David Washington.
Go take a look at this. We'll go back and take a look at this for David Washington here. Looks like he was coming in turn 2, dove it all the way down the bottom of the racetrack there. It looked like he started to kind of get tight, kind of wash up the racetrack there a little bit, and he made contact with the 44 car. That would send him sliding down through the inside grass, but he does a good job keeping it off that inside retaining wall, and he'll get back on the racetrack. But we say under green flag conditions, no caution. And tough break for David Washington there today, Charles. He's already got that damage where it looks like he had that accordion effector, and now this.
Yeah, very tough break.
All right, back up front here, folks, to your race leader, the number 16 car of Dylan C. Jones. Got Ryan Hill coming up behind him here. Wait, no, take that back. That's Ken Richardson. Ken Richardson gets around Ryan Hill. So Ken on the move here in the 10 car.
Looks like Rob Haynes is going to have a go at Bonwell.
Yes, he will. Rob Haynes dives that number 68 car down to the inside here, trying to get around the 56 car of Josh Bonwell, but he says, nope, I'm going to have to get right back behind him here, coming off turn 1, regroup here, and try to get him in. Blake Griffith in the number 7 car, running in 7th. He did pass up Jared Campbell, who was running in 7th. Jared Campbell will now go back to 8th position. Mark Clewell running back here in 9th, and William Locklear rounds out your top 10. Danny Rogers, I was talking about him just a few minutes ago. He's the biggest mover so far. He come up from 34th to 12th. He picks up another position over Trey Galgon, and Danny moves into 11th. Gary Sexton will also pick up another position here. He got mired back in traffic there a little bit, fell back to 14th. He'll now pick up 1 position and move back into the 13th position. Jeff Martin will move back to 14th. Steve Seagars was up in the top 10 there for a little bit, but he finds himself right now mired back in the 15th position. Here comes Colton Salick. He was back at 20th, below 20th place there for a little while, but he's now back up inside the top 20 here, running for 16th with Mike Donahue. Oh, I think Colton had to back out of that a little bit, and that is going to allow Sean Kalis to possibly get back around in here. Yep, Sean will get back by, but I don't think Colton's given up just yet coming into turn 3 here. He's looking strong on that inside there. I don't think he's going to be able to clear it outside just for Sean. Just had a little bit better of a run. Sean Kalis will get by Colton Salem.
We have a car hitting pit road, the 15 of Jeff Martin.
We just talked about Jeff there. He was had a little bit of an issue there. It was doing good, but let's take a look and see why he's now on pit road. Taking a look at his car here, I'm not seeing any damage, so this could be a scheduled pit stop. Oh, yep, I'm seeing damage on the back of the car there. Looks like somebody might have tapped him, but he is coming back on the racetrack now, so good to see. Back up front, folks, Dylan C. Jones, you see the race leader, but he's got company now. Ken Richardson looking to pass. Wow, these guys are just hammering it down the front straightaway here. Wow, you can see Dylan C. Jones moving lanes, trying to keep Ken Richardson at bay, but Ken's giving it all he's got to try to get around Dylan C. Jones and move into the race lead. And you can tell that, let's take a ride with Richardson here. Let's go to the gyro cam here and ride along with Ken for one lap here. This way you can also see him battling the 16 car and just see how these track conditions are going through these different corners.
Got a handful of drivers coming in to make a strategy pit stop here before the end of this stage.
Yes, we do. We'll get off of the gyro cam here for a second, folks. We'll take a look at some of these drivers making a pit stop here. Tim Cox is one of them. He was running in the top 10 here. Let's take a look at Tim Cox's pit stop. Blake Griffith is another one here. This is good for these guys to get some track position. Back up front though, folks, we're coming to the white flag here for stage 2. They got one more lap to go, and then we'll end stage 2. We'll see who can get the win here. Will it be Dylan C. Jones or Ken Richardson? Ken Richardson wants to get around Dylan C. Jones. He's going to have to do it either coming off turn 2 or turn 3. Here goes Ken Richardson to the outside. Dylan Jones comes back up and blocks that. And Dylan Jones will be your stage 2 winner here at Pocono for the SSCA Dirty Studios preseason 30 round 4. Congratulations to Dylan C. Jones as the caution comes out now to end stage 2. We'll let Dylan C. Jones get through his pit stop cycle, and then we'll get down and get talking with him here and congratulate him on his stage 2 win. Wow, so what do you think so far, Charles, of this race here this evening here at Pocono for these guys? We had that bizarre first caution there that, kind of ended the stage a little earlier, and those guys that did hit, they didn't get that, stage points, and the guys stayed out, took that strategy call to get stage points, and now the stage ends normally, and what do you think we can expect from here?
Oh, it's going to be interesting to see these people that already pitted. They're going to cycle the front and see what they can do with that track position.
Exactly. All right, there, Dylan C. Jones will catch up the pace car here coming off turn 1. They shouldn't come down pit road this time by, and once they do, we will get a word in with Dylan Jones here and see what his strategy is maybe for the rest of the race here, as we only have the rest of the race to go here, so we know more stages, and we'll complete the 35 laps remaining. All right, here they come down pit road. Let's ride along here with your stage 2 winner, Dylan C. Jones, and watch his pit stop in action. Oh no, I'm seeing Josh Baumwell behind him there, has to readjust in his pit stall. He didn't get in there quite right. That's going to be costly.
Yeah, he's still having problems.
Yeah.
Just now getting it in there, that's going to cost a lot of position for
Yes,
him.
it will. And Dylan C. Jones will win the race off pit road. Let's grab him and have a chat with him. Dylan Jones, you have a copy.
I got you.
Well, Dylan, tell us about winning stage 2 here and what it means to you and what your game plan is for the rest of this race.
That was a pretty exciting stage right there. We had good old Ken there on 4 tires, I think. Either that or he found something out because he was coming quick, and I was doing everything I could. We were snaking down the front stretch to try and break up that draft to stay ahead of him, and luckily we were somehow.
Yeah, well, Dylan, this is your second stage win here in preseason Thunder. You got the first stage win last week in the trucks at Mossport. Now you'll pick up stage 2 here tonight in the Xfinity cars here at Pocono. You've only got one race remaining for the preseason, and that'll be trucks at Bristol. What's your thoughts on that race, and what it's looking like for you to win points, or where you think you want to finish at in the point standings for preseason?
I think we're doing pretty good for points. We're coming in here at a track I like, so we're going to try and get a good finish out of this. As Bristol and the trucks is going to be a little bit of a wild card on what can happen, so we want to build up a cushion going in there, so hopefully we finish this one out good.
Exactly, Dylan. Well, once again, congratulations here on stage 2 win. Good luck in the rest of the race. We'll talk to you later on.
Definitely.
All right, folks, there you heard from your stage 2 winner, Dylan C. Jones, there in the 16 car. But we've got Blake Griffith up here after taking that excellent strategy plan there to pit before the stage ended. So he will be restarting this race from the top spot, and he'll have Tim Cox right beside of him. We know Tim had a little bit of an issue there before that stage ended, and he kind of got mired back in traffic there a little while. But now he's back up front. And I think that was a good strategy call for him to pit right there when he did, to be able to get back up front here.
Oh yeah, definitely. He had nothing to lose, like you said, since he fell back into traffic. He had nothing to lose to strategize and do this move right here. It's a good call.
Exactly, yes. And we've seen problems from Jeff Martin. He was running up in the right outside the top 10, and he had that unscheduled pit stop right there. But then again, it might have not been unscheduled. But with that being said and that happening, he now finds himself in third for this restart. So it looks like 10 guys will have different strategy here, as the top 10 is now different from the original top 10 when the stage ended. And Dylan C. Jones finds himself restarting in 11th place. So he's got a lot of work to do here, Charles, to try to get back this top 10 guys and get back to the lead.
Yeah, and after that disastrous pit stop for Josh Bonwell, he's going to be restarting back in 29th.
Yeah, I see that, man. That's just a tough break for Josh. He had such a strong car tonight. He started third place and had such a strong run going. But now with that said and that happening, he's got a lot of work to do if he wants to try to get back up to the front.
Does look like we had 3 guys pit there on that lap, so looks like it's 94 of Kevin Fetty, the 76 of Ross Cato, and the 78 of Donald Stewart all decided to come in there.
Might not be a bad call. They can come in and top off that fuel tank and get ready for this long stint here, as when we get ready to go, we'll have just 30 laps remaining.
Yeah, we've seen a car go 25 laps, but I don't know if they can go 30. I imagine they probably can.
That's it. Yeah, if you can get the right, groove going and get the saving in there and save it correctly, you might be able to make it an extra 5 laps. But we'll see as this race plays out here and see what happens. If they get another caution, that would help them out tremendously. But if they keep this green flag until the end, then I think we might see some fuel mileage strategy come into this thing. All right, get them going here, Charles.
Ready, green.
All right, there's the green flag. We're back underway here for the SSCA Dirty Air Studios preseason thunder at Pocono.
Yeah, and if you all noticed that pace car here at Pocono, green flag's out even before he's off the racetrack, and that's just crazy. But now we see these guys here racing once again, 4 wide back here. Wow, just amazing. And Tim Cox will get around 7 of Blake Griffith here, and Tim Cox goes into the lead.
We're back in the pack. You could throw a blanket over them. They're all over the place.
Yeah, they are. I'm seeing a lot of cars dicing around back here. Wow, they're 3 wide back here. Mark McFadden in the midst of this here. Wow, he's got the 91 car coming. Oh, we got contact between the 91 and Mark McFadden. Mark McFadden goes around. Mark McFadden makes contact with Josh Bombwell. Oh, more cars involved. The 14. Big crash here at Pocono. Another caution flies here as that one transpires. Ouch.
It almost looked like there was 2 separate incidents. One, there was the original one, and then maybe another one after.
Yeah, I think you're right. Let's go back and take a look at this. I'll be riding along with Mark McFadden here, and you can take a look at what happened. Mark McFadden was just in the middle. He had the 10 car of Ken Richardson on his outside, and he had the 91 there on his inside. 91 car there, that is... oh, crud. Excuse me, folks. I forget. Colton Saley. Yeah, he was on the pole there and qualified for a while, but then he got knocked off there of the pole. But, yeah, it was him and Mark McFadden getting into it, and then just a bunch of other guys just nowhere to go, and sadly getting elected in this with just a tight racing area right here in the tunnel turn in turn 2. Wow, tough break for Josh Bobwell. He had such a strong run going, but being mired back in traffic here, that's just a product that can happen, that you get caught up in something like that.
Yep, mind your own business, and you're in the wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, then we see the 14 car there of Gary Weston. He got collected by Mark McFadden too when he started coming back down the racetrack. And also the 76 car there of Ross Cato. He took a ride through the grass as well. The 98 of David Washington also involved in this. And it looks like the 13 of Gary Sexton also took a ride through the grass as well. Now I'm also seeing the 9 car of Stephen Llewellyn. He got involved, and it looks like when they were checking it up, it looks like the 78 car of Donald Stewart got in the back of Llewellyn. So wow, just a lot of chaos here on this crash. A lot of good race cars tore up.
Yeah, and Mark McFadden, he had a tow, but he was actually able to get back out, and he's going to stay on the lead lap.
Wow. Good job for Mark McFadden. He still must have had that quick fix, so this will be good. His car is repaired now, and since he's still on the lead lap, we'll be able to see him try to work his way back up to the field and get a reprieve from that incident. All right, folks, well, while we're under caution here, we're going to step away and take a quick break. We'll be right back.
was more than impressive, I have to say. I mean, the track is identical to the real track. I was blown away how realistic it is. Every little bump, every little spray paint, everything is exactly like you were there at the track. It was a great experience.
This is a warm-up lap now. Tires to get warmed up. The engine. Breathe a little bit here when you go through that little bump there. And then it's flat pretty much all the way through here, just about. Hard braking. This is the slowest part of the track. And then I've done, I did many races in Formula 3, Formula 2. And then I did the very last race they did there in Group C in 1983 in the 956 Porsche. That's when Beloff got the lap record at the 6:11. I think I was second on the grid with the 6:14 or something, which was, I mean, those cars were awesome around there, of course, like any car is, that speed. And this is the corner of all corners here, the Schwerenkreuz. Flat all the way into it. And then trail brake all the way into the apex here. And then hard at it again, get good speed down the hill here. Mega fast down this hill here. Just jump from one apex to the next. Gotta be super precise here.
I mean, it's almost exactly like the real thing. So, I mean, it is certainly realistic enough to get past the very, a lot of the initial hurdles you have when you try to learn to drive a race car, So, I mean, I think it's an excellent tool to learn how to race for sure, or learn to drive a car on a racetrack.
Welcome back, race fans, here to the SSCA Preseason Thunder Dirty Air Studios Xfinity race here at Pocono. We've got our third caution coming out here of the evening here, and these guys are getting double file, getting ready to go back. Green flag racing. We got Tim Cox on the point here, along with Blake Griffith on his outside in the 7 car. Mark Jackson will restart third. Mark Clewell will restart in fourth. And Judd Danielson up in the field here now will restart in the 5th position. Joe Johnson will restart 6th. Dylan Jones will restart 7th. Danny Rogers will restart 8th. He is the biggest mover in this race. Hillary Queen will restart 9th. And William Locklear will restart 10th. Just a little rundown there through your top 10 here for this restart.
Ready, green.
All right, pace car heads back to pit road, and immediately there's a green flag. We're back underway here at Pocono for the SSCA Dirty Air Studios Preseason Thunder Round 4 here at Pocono. Good restart for Tim Cox in the 19 car and the 7 car of Blake Griffith. Wow, Tim Cox will move up right in front of Blake there, and will keep that lead at bay and keep him trying to take that. We got the number 3 car of Mark Jackson looking to get on the inside here of the 65 of Mark Clewell. Mark Clewell trying to pass him on the outside for 3rd position. Mark Clewell will indeed take 3rd position away from Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson goes back to 4th as he's now battling Judd Danielson. Oh, excuse me, that's the 18 of Joe Johnson. He will get back in line now, so will Joe. Judd Danielson's battling the 22 of Danny Rogers. Danny, big mover in this race here this evening, starting from 34th. He's found his way up to 6th position now. Oh, we got another caution. Big crash on the front straightaway. Let's go back and take a look. What did you see there, Charles?
It looked like somebody, I think they got turned left into the wall. I can't really see it, but I just
Yeah,
saw
it
somebody
looked
go
like-
straight left into one. And
looked like it was-
actually, amazingly, I think there's really only a lot of cars made it around this wreck.
Yeah, so I'm along with the 91 car here of Colton Salick here. It looks like it was him involved in this again. Remember, he was the one that had contact with Mark McFadden and caused that last caution. Let's ride along here with Colton. And, oh yeah, contact between Colton and Ellery Queen. Oh, yeah, that will send Ellery Queen around the 32 car. And then when Ellery goes around, Ellery hits a few other cars. Ouch.
Maybe that other car was Vernon Markheim.
And we're riding back along here with Ellery here on this, see what happened, see who else hit Ellery. And, oh yeah, it was Vernon Markheim. Ouch. He's now sitting on pit road, and Ellery, heavy engine damage coming down pit road here in the 32 car. And Vernon Markheim will take his car behind the wall, so he's out of this race tonight. Alrighty, let's get Tim Cox up here and have a word with him. Tim Cox, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I got you.
Hey, Tim, well, you've had a great night so far here. You've been up front most of the night. You did have a little bit of a problem there before stage 2 ended there and around that area where you did kind of get mired back around the end of the top 10. But now that you're back up front, you had a great idea of pitting there before stage 2 ended to get this track position. Now you're up front, these cautions are coming out. What's going through your mind right now?
Well, I mean, I'm continuing to hope that these cautions keep coming out, to be honest with you, because, you know, our tires are a little bit older than the guys behind us, and, you know, we're working with Blake here, you know, on these restarts, you know, to get single file, and goal here is just to stay up front.
Well, that's not too bad of a goal to have to, you know, stay up front here and just try to go. Well, you're getting ready to come to about 20 laps to go here. Well, what's the game plan here for the rest of this race? Do you think you want to pit one more time for fuel possibly?
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure we can make it from here with the 2 cautions we just had, but if a caution comes out within the next 5 laps or so, I'm going to go ahead and pit just because I got 2 sets left. Yeah, that's the plan for right now.
All right, Tim. Well, I'm getting botched up here. Excuse me.
Not yet, man. Not yet.
I was going to stay for the stage win. I got confused with talking earlier. But, yeah. All right, Tim. Well, thanks for talking with us here, and good luck in the rest of your race.
Yeah, thanks, bud.
All right, sorry about that, folks. I just, for some reason, my brain went into stage 2 end mode there for a minute. But there you heard from Tim Cox, and hopefully he can get going there with, you know, his, you know, 2 tires that he has left there. Hopefully he doesn't have to use both of them if more cautions come out here. But I don't think he'll have to. I think these tires are probably still maybe okay. What do you think, CB, or excuse me, Charles? Man, I'm getting all messed up tonight here. I don't know what's going on now. But what do you think is going to happen here, Charles? With he said he had 2 sets left. How old do you think these tires are right now? Well, we know how old they are. But, I mean, like, how do you think the rest of this race is going to go playing out here?
Well, I mean, if it goes green, obviously, I think he's going to have a tough time with people that are pitting and getting tires. They're going to be able to, you know, they're going to get through some other cars first, but if they got better tires at the end, if it goes green, they could be trouble. But like he said, if a caution comes out, he's going to pit because he doesn't want to be a sitting duck with cars behind him with fresh tires and, you know, him on old tires.
Exactly. Yeah, I do apologize there, folks, and I got a little washed up there for some reason, but I think I'm fine now. Mistakes do tend to happen sometimes. We'll get over it and get on with the rest of this race. We do have 20 laps of racing remaining here as we are hitting lap 4. They're coming around back to the line here. We'll have 20 to go here. And this should be a fun one with just 20 laps to go. Quick race for these guys tonight, though, however. Only 60 laps. Should maybe possibly see these guys get the one to go here. Yep, the lights are out on the pace car, so these guys are going to get back to green flag racing here. And they'll get back to green flag racing with 19 laps remaining. We see Tim Cox ready to restart here. Point once again here, and he'll have Blake Griffith once again to his outside, and he'll once again have Mark Jackson behind him here, just like the previous restart. I do see it looks like Mark Jackson in the 3 car does have a tick of left side damage there on the rear end. All right, get him going this time, Charles.
Ready, green flag.
There's the green flag, and we're back underway here for the SSCA Dirty Air Studios preseason Thunder race here at Pocono.
Yeah, wow. I just tell you, every time I commentate a race here at Pocono, that pace car always gets me. And it's just amazing that, you know, the pace car starts on the left. Yeah, we do, yeah. We'll go back here and take a look at this. Oh, it looks like Judd Danielson. Oh, it looks like the 00 of Robert McFarland. Oh, a lot of more cars are getting involved. Gary Sexton's involved too, the 78 of Donald Stewart. Ouch, a lot of guys involved in this one.
Yeah, we got a junkyard out there, a lot of them.
Yeah, well, the last caution was that way too, and now we got another big one here. This ain't Talladega, boys. What's going on here? Wow, man, Judd Danielson's car just got destroyed. Hopefully he's still got his quick fix left. But we'll go back here on the replay and take a look at this and see exactly what's just happened here at this wreck and see what got Judd around. Here we're riding along with him here, coming in turn 1, and ooh, looks like contact with the 22 car there of Danny Rogers, and that'll send him up into the wall, and he'll also, while that's transpiring, he'll collect the 10 of Ken Richardson, come down, hit the 56 of Josh Bodwell. Oh man, Josh was in that other incident, and now he's got his car fixed and gets into this one. Man, tough break for Josh tonight here. And then Judd Danielson's just, still spinning. While he's spinning the 98 car of David Washington, man, he's been in everything tonight too, Charles. David's just had a tough night as well. And more cars come through. Oh, no, the 16 of Dylan Jones gets involved in this one too. Man,
yeah, it looked like there was just about 3 cars there going for the same real estate, and it just didn't work out.
It didn't, no. Wow, we just have a big group of a lot of these big-name drivers over here in the series just getting in the wrecks tonight. They had a great start to their night, but now their night's kind of ending in the way they didn't really hope for it to.
And this is that caution Tim Cox was talking about. I mean, it wasn't 5 laps in, but I still wonder if he will pit here or if he'll just stay out.
Yeah, we talked to him about that, and he said he has 2 sets of tires left, and, I mean, this caution, is here. I think the pits would have been open right there for him when he come around, so we'll have to see if he pits here this time by. We'll ride here with him and see if he pits this time by, and I think if he doesn't pit this time by, then it looks like possibly he's going to stay out for this.
Yeah, I think they were open there, actually, and I hear he didn't pit.
Well, the 37 car of David Gervais, I hope I'm saying that right, looks like he'll get back on the lead lap here. He'll get the pass when they get back around here. If he stays in this position right here, he might be the lucky dog, though, too. I'm not too sure, because, David Washington's a lap now, but he got involved in that crash. So since he's involved in the crash, that means iRacing won't give him the lucky dog. So maybe David Gervais here, I hope I'm saying his name right, maybe he'll get the lucky dog, or if he stays out, he still will get waved back around the pace car because he is in front of the leaders. I'm thinking he would have got the lucky dog just now, so.
I don't think he's going to be the lucky dog. I think he's just going to get waved around.
Yeah, I believe you're right about that.
He was ahead of the leader before the caution came out.
Okay. Okay. Well, we'll see if Tim Cox here will come down pit road this time by. As I said, if he doesn't, I don't think we'll see him coming down pit road. And no, it looks like he's opting to stay out here. Yes, he will indeed stay out. Let's get a word in with Eric Stanford. See how his night's going for him, as he is currently right now the biggest mover in this race. Eric Stanford, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Hey, Eric. Well, you find yourself mired in 6th position now here. You're just right outside the top 5 here after this caution comes out. You're currently the biggest mover of the race so far. You started in 32nd position tonight here. But tell us about your race so far and what your plans are for the rest of this race.
It's been tough trying to work up through the field, trying to avoid everything, but hopefully we can get a top 5 out of this.
Sounds like a plan to me. Well, kind of tell us about these cautions coming out here later on in this race. The race got off to a great start. Had the weird, bizarre caution there at the beginning before the stage ended, and then we got through without any more cautions until the second stage. But now it seems like we've hit a caution spell. What's your thoughts on this?
Hey, like they say, cautions breed cautions. Hopefully we can go back green here and keep it green.
Exactly. Well, Eric, thank you for talking with us here, and good luck in the rest of your race.
Thanks.
All right, well, it looks like Tim Cox will opt to stay out again, Charles, so we'll see. Still, he's on old tires. We'll see what he's got for him on this restart. While waiting for these guys to go back green, let's kind of give a rundown of your drivers here tonight. Right now, your top 10 is Tim Cox, Blake Griffith, Mark Jackson in third. I should say Tim Cox in the lead. Blake Griffith in second, Mark Jackson in third, Joe Johnson in fourth, William Locklear in fifth, Eric Stanford in sixth, Mike Donahue in seventh, Steve Durham in eighth, Steve Seagars in ninth, Josh Bonwell back up in the top 10. So that's great to see there, Charles. And Josh Bonwell has finally made his way back up to the top 10.
Yeah, it's been a long battle for him, but he's back in the top 10. That's very good for him.
Right now, it looks like we do have 28 cars on the lead lap. Robert McFarland is the first car, 1 lap down, so if another caution comes out, he doesn't get involved in it, he will be the lucky dog recipient. Judd Danielson, I don't see him on the racetrack. I'm thinking he must have took his car behind the wall.
Yeah, he did.
We got Donald Stewart here. He is setting in 31st position, 1 lap down, but when we get the restart, he'll move in front of Judd and take 30th place. David Washington took his car behind the wall. Ellery Queen still in the race here. Ellery is 6 laps down in 33rd position. Vernon Margheim took his car behind the wall. So did Jeff Martin and Gary West. So we have a few drivers out of this race, but there's still 28 cars on the lead lap, and there's still about 30 cars on the racetrack. Well, folks, thank you for tuning in tonight here to MaxSpeedTV. We hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast here of the SSCA Dirty Air Studios preseason Thunder race here, round number 4 at Pocono. Race ain't over yet. We still got a lot of racing action left. And if it's your first time here, please do hit that like and subscribe button.
Ready, green.
All right, pace cars back into pit road. There's the green flag. We're back underway here at Pocono for the SSCA Dirty Air Studios preseason Thunder, round number 4. We'll see what Tim Cox has for these guys here up front. We did talk to him earlier, and he says he's still on old tires. He's kind of saving those sets he has, but he said if a caution comes out, he would pit. The caution came back out, but he chose to stay on the racetrack. So we'll see if another caution happens and if he comes down pit road. But I think it was a best bet for him to stay out front and try to keep that track position, try to keep this lead and go as long as he can here as we are starting to get into the closing laps of this race. Because when we come back around to the start-finish line here, it'll just be a few laps until we get to go. And we have another caution. Wow. Another big one. This isn't Talladega, guys. What's going on here? Go back and take a look at this. Ooh, it looks like Mark McFadden involved in this one. Ouch! He got into the 22 car there, and the 22 car collected the 94 of Kevin Fetty. 22 car there is Danny Rogers. He will get into contact with Mark McFadden, and Mark McFadden will come up and collect the 9 car of Stephen Lou Allen. Heavy damage on the 48 car, Mark McFadden. Well, we see Mark McFadden coming out pit road, but I believe his night is done here at Pocono because we know he got caught up in that incident there with the 91 car there a while back, and he had to use his quick fix on that one. So now Mark McFadden on pit road, sadly, and he'll either probably opt to sit there and get that damage repaired, or he may take his car behind the wall.
Well, the good thing with how long this track is, you can sit there and fix a lot of damage before you get back down. So,
but he didn't. He pulled back out, and looks like he just changed tires and added some fuel. It looks like he's going to try to run with the damage he's received here in this incident.
He'll probably just come back around and try to fix it next time around.
All right, folks. Well, we're under this caution here. We're going to step away and take another quick break. We'll be right back. Welcome back, race fans, here to MaxSpeedTV, as we're back here for the SSCA preseason Thunder, round number 4 here at Pocono in the Xfinity cars. We're still under caution here after they had that another big crash here. This is the race, Charles. It's starting to kind of look like Talladega.
Yeah, it is. There's a lot, position. Everybody's trying to get those positions, at the start especially. That's when you got to get them here.
Exactly, yep. Well, right there, Tim Cox just crossed the line. We've got 10 laps of racing remaining here from Pocono, so I'm telling you right now, I don't think we've seen the last caution flag. I think there might be another one.
There's a good chance. And I do believe Tim Cox is choosing to start on the outside on this restart.
I see that, yeah. And it's an interesting fact that he's going to try this. I mean, we talked to him earlier a few cautions ago, and he said that he still had some tires left. And he said if another caution comes out, he might come down pit road and put those tires on, but we've never seen him come down. He's still on those old tires. Now we see him starting on the outside. How's this going to play out for him? He will be the control car, though. He will be the one that starts this race, but we'll see how it plays out once they pass that start-finish line. Because once they pass that start-finish line, it's fair game for Blake Griffith down here in the 7 car, and if he gets a good run, he'll be able to bounce on that and possibly take the lead.
Oh, yeah. I mean, at this point, I don't think you can pit. I mean, you got to stay out.
You have to stay out, yeah. When it comes down to 10 laps to go, no matter what track you're at, you must stay out to just attain that track position. And if you don't, it can hurt you badly, and it just never good when you choose to pit late in the race like this. But the good news is we see Josh Bobwell back up in 7th position, so we know Josh will be looking to get back up here into the race lead. Well, that's a car to watch out for back here. I see it looks like Dylan Jones is back in 16th position. So he's going to have a lot of work cut out for him with these final 10 laps. Well, technically 9 laps with the green flag. And there it is. Green flag's back out. We're back on the way here at Pocono for the SSCA Dirty Air Studios preseason Thunder, round number 4. Remember, folks, there's only one round left after tonight. That'll be next Wednesday, and they'll be in Bristol in the trucks. And the winner of the overall points in preseason will get free entry into the regular season of SSCA.
Looks like they're going to make it one lap without a caution this time, so...
Yes, it does.
We can get racing and have a green flag race to the end, hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah. Tim Cox is still your race leader here. He still has Blake Griffith behind him. Joe Johnson is in 3rd place. Eric Stanford moves into 4th. He's the biggest mover so far, starting in 32nd position. William Locklear coming up the field here, too. He's in 5th. So that rounds out your top 5. And we got Josh Bobwell in 6th. We know Josh will be looking to get around these top 5 guys and try to get back up in the front before this thing's over. Dylan Jones, let's take a look back here at the 16 car. Dylan Jones, he restarted this race in the 16th position, and he's already picked up 3 positions, moving into 13th. While we got a bobble of cars back here behind him, there's the 91 car there of Colton Saley. Colton has been, we got the 44 car in the wall, but he saves it, no other incidents. We'll stay green here.
Yeah, the 24 car of Eric Stanford got a little tight there, and that kind of backed him up a little bit, and he's fallen way back.
Yeah, he is. The 35 car, Steve Butler. And we got another wreck. Caution.
55 of Ryan Hill.
Yeah, let's go back and take a look and see what happened to Ryan Hill. All right, folks, we'll get back on board here with Ryan Hill running through. Ooh, he's kind of blinking a little bit. We'll try to stick with him here. But he's coming through turn 3 here, coming off turn 3. and it looks like he'll get a little loose, and then he'll get some help from the 49 car. Ooh, 49 car of Trey Galgom will give him some help and get that 55 car turned around, but it looks like it'll be a 2-car caution here. Not a big one like we were seeing, but that means these guys are under caution once again, and they are going to possibly get a 1 to 2 lap dash here, because that caution did come out before there were 5 laps left. There were more than 5 left, so that we know they will get a restart here. If that caution
Ryan Hill just came back and spun the 49 around.
Oh,
under
no,
caution.
Retaliation here from Ryan Hill in the 49 car. Ryan Hill, folks, has been parked by league officials. So, I don't think that was a good move there on his part. To me, as a commentator's perspective, it just looked like a racing incident between him and the 49 car. Ryan, to me, it looked like Ryan got a little loose there coming off turn 3 and kind of come down the racetrack, and the 49 car just had nowhere to go. So, I mean, that's just my perspective view of what I saw, but I think maybe Ryan Hill may have seen things a little differently. That's why he retaliated, but that's just a product of racing. We'll have that sometimes from time to time. But I believe we will get a restart here, Charles, because the caution didn't come out before we were past lap 55 and lap 56. And we know usually with iRacing, since there is no green-white checker restarts here, if they would have been past 5 to go, I'm pretty sure there wouldn't have been a restart. But I think we might see a 2 to 1 lap dash here, possibly.
Yeah, we'll get at least one more restart.
Well, if they get a caution when that happens, this race will be over. All right, folks. Well, the lights are back out on the pace car, and I was right. We're going to get a 2-lap dash to the finish here at Pocono. But if they get another caution, this race will end under caution, and whoever is in the lead, we will crown the winner here tonight. If another caution comes out, hopefully this 2-lap dash will stay green, and we'll see a fantastic finish. But Josh Bobwell, Charles, he's lurking still. He's moved up a few more positions now. I think we possibly might see him up here battling for the lead when we get the green.
Yeah, I think there was a car too that was in front of him that actually pitted during that caution.
Interesting.
No, Eric Stanford might have been one of them. He might have been behind him though.
We can probably take those cars out of the equation now since they pitted. But tough break, but we'll see here what happens when we get the green with 2 to go.
Yeah, a lot of Cox will be choosing the outside again. It worked pretty well last time, so
it did. Yeah.
We'll see what it does this time. He does have a different car behind him this time than he did last time, so
yes, he does.
I don't know if that guy might give him a push or who knows what he'll do.
Exactly. We'll have to wait and see when they come back around to the green flag here.
Ready, green, green, green.
All right, there's the green flag. We're back underway here at Pocono for the final time tonight here for the SSCA 30 Studios Preseason Thunder round number 4. And wow, what an amazing restart for Tim Cox there in the 19 car. If that was the restart he needed, that might actually help him stay in the lead.
Yeah, it almost, I don't know if they have a rule on jumping green. Oh, there's a crash.
It's over. Tim Cox is your winner, folks. Caution is out. Big crash. The 10 car of Ken Richardson involved and the 3 of Mark Jackson. Go back and take a look and see what happened here. Oh, looks like the 3 car come up the track just a hair bit too much and made contact with the 10 car, and that turned both of them. Ooh.
Yeah, not the way you wanted to finish it, but it is what it is.
It is, yeah. Well, we'll congratulate Tim Cox on his victory here at Pocono as he comes around here under caution to take the white flag. They've got one more lap of pacing to go, and then
White
Tim
flag,
Cox
nice
will
and
be your winner. It looks like William Locklear will bring it home in second position, and Steve Seagars will finish in third. So congratulations to those top 3 drivers. I don't see the second place driver in TeamSpeak, so we may not get to talk to William. Hopefully maybe he'll come in here soon.
Checker flag.
And I also
Checker flag.
not too sure Alrighty, folks. Well, I don't see neither William Locklear or Steve Seagars in chat here in TeamSpeak.
Breaking news here. Tim Cox was just black flagged. I think he jumped the start.
Oh, so what does this mean? Does that mean that William Locklear becomes our winner?
I don't know. I just know it popped up. Tim Cox is black flagged.
All right, yep, so that is correct, folks. Tim Cox did jump the restart there. Win nulled. William Locklear is your winner of this race. Steve Seagars will finish in second place. Blake Griffith will finish in third, so we'll get Blake up here and have a chat with him. Blake Griffith, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. How's it going?
Oh, it's going great, Blake. Well, you stayed up front there with Tim Cox most of the end of this race here. And it looks like Tim sadly got the jump on that restart, and doesn't look like it turned out great for him, but that'll move you into third position here. So, Blake, tell us about how it feels to finish this race in third place.
Well, I'm not trying to fault Tim. I mean, he was doing what he had to do for himself. But we had it kind of worked out as a team deal there. We were going to try to get ahead and, you know, us three teammates, 1, 2, and 3, run it, you know, race it out. Tim kind of took it upon himself to take off. So before I even hit the throttle, the 4, the 19, and the 36 were already past me. So I thought I should have had the win because I was the only one that went when I should have, me and Joe. But Gary is the deciding factor. He's going to call it the right way. I respect Gary's call. So it was fun, man. Team strategy was awesome tonight. If it weren't for our team, some of the smart guys on CCR, I wouldn't have been where I was at because this is my third race in an Xfinity car. So I'm excited to be up here.
Well, Blake, we haven't talked much to you so far in the preseason here, but it's great to hear from you tonight here getting your third place finish. But what series is your home series over here at SSCA that you're going to be competing in points for this season?
I'm going to be in the Xfinity Series. I raced the Truck Series last year, finished second in the standings, and I've only ran 2 of these preseason races, and I finished third in both of them in the Xfinity car. So I'll take that, but I'm going to be in the Xfinity car so all year, number 7.
Now, if I'm correct, do some of the Xfinity guys get to run a few truck races in their season?
Yeah, we will get, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, we get 10 races. Then I think only the Xfinity guys can race down. I don't think the Cup guys can race down. So yeah, I'm going to try to run every race I can in the trucks to get used to this because, like I said, I've barely ran any races in this car, so I'm going to run every race I can.
Awesome, Blake. Well, great. Well, Blake, with what happened here tonight, you know, the first caution of the race happened kind of weird because it happened right before the stage ended there, and then we saw a few guys kind of, you know, pit, and then guys stayed out to get track position and get those stage points. And then after that, we went green until the end of stage 2 without no issues. But then after stage 2, it just seems like caution after caution after caution. Kind of tell us about your feelings on that and kind of how you feel about the finish of this race.
Well, as far as the cautions, you know, cautions breed cautions. We all know that. But I think it's just this late afternoon plus the really mild weather, cloudy, overcast, I think it just gave guys a little too much ambition. So they were driving in the corners really hard. I know there was one guy that kept dooring me hard, but I just think it was just guys trying to get everything they can get. So congrats to everybody that ran up there. Tim ran an awesome race, and anytime I can finish in front of the Aegis guys, I'm super happy.
All right, Blake. Well, congratulations on your third place finish tonight here at Pocono. Do you have anybody you'd like to give thanks or shout to before you go celebrate?
Yeah, my team, big time. CCR. We had it set up for a 1-2-3 finish right there. Gary's put a great thing together. Now Gary's running this league, SSCA. So really happy to be on this team. Thanks to those guys, and big thanks to my girlfriend for putting up with me doing this all the time.
All right, Blake. Well, once again, congratulations. Good luck next week for the final preseason race in the trucks at Bristol, and good luck in the season once it starts for the regular season.
I appreciate it. Thanks for the broadcast.
All right, let's get Steve Seagars up here and have a word with him. Steve, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, Steve, it looks like after that bizarre finish there with Tim, with what happened to Tim and those cautions that we had, you will, instead of getting third, get second place. So how does it feel?
Oh, man, it feels awesome. I really can't believe it. My first race here, and, man, I don't know what to say. It feels great.
I bet it does. Well, Steve, kind of tell us your thoughts about this race tonight, with the stages playing a factor here. And then, we had the first stage. It didn't end when it was supposed to, kind of, we could say, well, it did, but I'm saying the caution come out before the stage, was supposed to end. And that kind of, got things bobbled up there a little bit. And then, we ran through green through the rest of the stage and until the end of stage 2. And then we had the long caution area there. Tell us what was going through your head during all that.
Well, I was just trying to pace myself and stay out of trouble and, just keep my tires fresh as I could. And, man, I ended up close to the front and just waiting it out. And then that big wreck, the couple guys in the front of me, took it out and turned one up there. And I just, man, I don't know. I got lucky and just hung in there, and I can't believe it. I'm excited. I'm happy. I got second. It's awesome.
Great, Steve. Well, kind of tell us on what your thoughts were going into this race tonight. You said it was your first, and how did you think you would fare in Xfinity cars here at Pocono?
Well, honestly, yeah, it's my first race here, and I wasn't expecting to, run up to top 10 or even 15. So that's why I'm saying, man, I feel very excited about that. And the race really was pretty good race overall. A few wrecks and everything, but I just try to stay out of trouble and keep my nose clean.
Great, Steve. Well, congratulations on your second place finish here tonight at Pocono. Do you have anybody you would like to give thanks or shout to before you go celebrate?
Yeah, I'd like to give a big shout out to both my boys, Mark and Matt Seegers, and appreciate you guys watching. Thank you for putting the race on. It was awesome. Can't wait to do it again next week.
All right, Steve. Well, with that being said, Steve, before we let you go here, how do you think you'll fare in the trucks at Bristol next week?
Well, I love Bristol, so I'm hoping to get at least a top 5 maybe. So we'll just have to wait and see. But can't wait for that race.
All right, Steve. Well, once again, congratulations here on your second place finish. Congratulations, and good luck next week in the trucks.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yep, you too. All right, folks. Well, it looks like we won't get to talk to race winner William Locklear tonight. It looks like he didn't come into team speak. But anyway, we'll congratulate him. So congratulations to William Locklear. He started 22nd position, and we'll get the win here tonight. Let's run down through your finishing order here, and we'll close this one out tonight. All right, William Locklear will win the race here tonight. So congratulations to him. Steve Seagars will finish in second place. Blake Griffith will finish in third. Joe Johnson will finish fourth. Josh Bombwell in fifth. Mark Clewell will finish in sixth. Dylan Jones in seventh. Steve Durham eighth. Galgon will finish in 9th. Colton Salick will finish in 10th. Mike Donahue will finish in 11th. Ross Cato will finish in 12th. Rob Haynes will finish in 13th. Jared Campbell will finish in 14th. Trey Shuttlesworth will finish 15th. Ken Richardson in 16th. Kevin Fetty will finish 17th. Sean Kalist will finish in 18th. Ray Richard will finish 19th. And David Gervais, I hope I'm saying that right, will finish in 20th. Gary Sexton will finish in 21st. Donald Stewart in 22nd. Mark Jackson will finish in 23rd. Robert McFarland in 24th. Eric Stanford will finish in 25th. Stephen Llewellyn will finish in 26th. Ryan Hill will finish in 27th. Mark McFadden in 28th. Danny Rogers will finish in 29th. Judd Danielson in 30th. David Washington will finish 31st. Ellery Queen will finish 32nd. Vernon Margheim will finish in 33rd. Jeff Martin will finish in 35th. Gary Weston in 36th. And it looks like that Tim Cox will finish in 37th. We had two guys that didn't start this race tonight, Devin Armstrong and Josh Tanner. Thank you, folks, for tuning in tonight here to MaxSpeedTV. We hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast here at the SSCA Dirty Air Studios preseason thunder here at Pocono in the Xfinity cars. Remember, folks, tune in here again next Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time for the SSCA Dirty Air Studios final race of preseason when they'll be in the trucks at Bristol. When we will crown the champion of the preseason, and the champion will get free entry into the regular season of SSCA. So thank you, folks, for watching here tonight on MaxSpeedTV. Until next Wednesday, good night.